Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. The Raptors have now won two straight games. They've won back-to-back games, and they win 112 to 104 over the Miami Heat. With that, they have now improved to 9-7 this season, and oh boy, you know what this is going into. Good game for the Raptors. I mean, they start off really slow in this first half, but they found a way to bounce back. They find a way to get their momentum back. They finally get their groove back, and I like it. So let's talk about this game. For the Raptors, of course, you know they beaten Detroit, ended the winning Casey curse. That was a good thing, thank God. Now you take on Miami, who has Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin. Yeah, okay, Discord's still running on me at this point. Yeah, at this point it's still running at this. Okay, anyways, Miami. They have Lowry. They have Jimmy Butler. They have Caleb Martin. They don't have Duncan Robinson. They don't have Bam Adebayo. So that's a turning point. So let's go through. Let's do with Miami. They've won three consecutive straight games. They beat Charlotte, one in overtime, one in regulation in full out in a blowout, the other in a close game against Phoenix, where of course Phoenix had one shot to win the game, but they couldn't. So of course now you take on the Toronto Raptors. They take on the Raptors. The Raptors take on the Heat. It should be an interesting game. So let's talk about this game. First quarter was not a good first quarter. I mean, you're down 31 to 27, which isn't so bad. I mean, you let Kyle Lowry take a wide open three. You let Jovic, not Nikola Jokic, Jovic. It's a different Jovic. No, Jokic. Jovic makes a 3-pointer. Um, we've seen a lot at this point. We've seen Boucher getting a dunk, cleaning from Gomez. We've seen Van Vliet making a hesitant shot to cut the lead to 4. We've seen some good defense, but the offense is just not there. It's a sluggish first quarter. And look, it's not good. I mean, look, we've been through that before. We've seen it with Indiana, Oklahoma, Houston, Chicago. Yeah, did I say that? And Chicago in Toronto, and let alone Dallas. Yeah, not a surprise. Second quarter, um, however, second quarter you just turn up the Jets. We've seen good defense and good offense. We've seen OG making the dunk. We've seen the Raptors turning over the Heat ball with a 3-second violation. Like the defense is right there. They're making some good defense. That's what I like. Um, Struts makes a dunk, and then of course he makes the dunk instead of a 3-point. I'm like, with a vicious dunk, and then they stare at the bench. For God's sakes, give that guy a technical foul. For goodness sake, give him a technical. Then of course the Raptors turn over the ball with an offensive foul, and I'm like, yeah, that's where things turn in for the worse. And then of course Banton makes a layup from a Miami turnover, and of course we've seen Birch making a dunk. We've seen Van Vliet making a 3-pointer. Everything is going pretty good. Miami's also taking threes too. Schutz makes a 3-pointer. Kyle Lowry makes a 3-pointer. At the end of the second quarter, you're down 60 to 54. You are down, which is hey, look, listen, it could have been worse. Of course, you win. Of course, the Heat win the quarter 29 to 27. That's not good. But in the third quarter, that's when things just to go all over the place. You of course Miami made some shots there and there, but however, the Raptors come up guns and blazing with a huge 18 to nothing, or so I thought it would be 18 to nothing run. Raptors come back with an army of 3-pointers. We've seen the Heat turn over the ball. Van Vliet ties the game up with a 2-pointer, and then OG makes a separation 2-pointer, which is good enough as it is. Van Vliet, he makes an alley-oop pass to OG, followed by a Van Vliet 3-pointer. It's just like you're playing pretty good. Barnes throws down a vicious dunk from Fred VanVleet's assist. Of course, this either would be a 3 or 2 at this point. I don't know, but Just like that. You're down at the half 60-54. Now you're up 84-79. I mean, this game is turning out pretty good. You win the quarter 30-19. That's why you're playing pretty good. You're the better team. And then, of course, okay, the fourth quarter is all like Raptors. Despite the Miami Heat coming back, I mean, look, we didn't look back. I mean, there were some travelers. Raptors had a no look pass only to get called on a travel. Yeah, that does not work. That goes. We've seen Scotty Barnes driving to the basket. OG makes a step back. Thad Young makes a hook shot, and then a layup after a Scotty's missed two. Of course, Lowry makes his three from the Miami Heat. Boucher makes a tough and one shot. I mean, you're playing great. You're good offense. It's good defense. But that's all good. It's just when you get to the fourth quarter, oh my god, the one play that I find really, really, it's just very. What did you do that for? If you know what I'm trying to say here, Deadman, the kicking on Deadman, Dwayne Deadman. As expected, you know what happened. Oh boy. OG Anunoby kicks Deadman in the balls. Really? In the balls? For Christ's sake, what is it? I thought the Daniel Tice kicking wasn't bad enough. I thought that wasn't bad enough. I thought that wasn't the worst case I've seen. But this, what are you doing, OG? I mean, you're a good player, don't get me wrong, but God, you hit a guy in the balls. Why? Why would you do that? I mean, it's not that he got a foul, don't get me wrong. That could have been worse. It could have been more of a flagrant 2 or so. It could have been a flagrant 1. It could have gone either way. But however, the Raptors find a way to beat the Heat despite a OG kicking Deadman in the balls. Like, come on, that's terrible. We've seen people getting kicked in the balls in baseball. I don't know about hockey. I mean, they get the puck, turn the puck over, and then hits them in the balls. Something like that. But you still win the game, though. And I'd like to say this is a good win for the Toronto Raptors, especially against the Miami Heat, who are at this point if I look at their schedule, they've lost to Washington in overtime. They're now 7-8. On Wednesday before coming into Miami, where they lost, where they're now 7-9. There you go. So let's talk about the stats. Field goal percentage. The Heat, okay. The Heat and the Raptors did not do pretty good in field goal percentage. I think field goal is 54% for the Heat, 51% from the Raptors. 3-pointers. Well, the Raptors didn't shoot the 3, but they still won the game despite not good 3-pointers. 7 out of 26 for the Raptors. Not good enough. 30 from 35 from the Heat. They're pretty good. Free throws I wouldn't be that concerned about. It's just about the 3-pointers I'm just more worried about. Total rebounds. Miami made 23 total rebounds. 4 offensive rebounds. They made 19 assists. They made 4 blocks. They stole the ball 5 times. They made 23 turnovers. And they had 42 points in the paint. For the Raptors, 58 points in the paint. They made 14 turnovers, 5 steals, 3 blocks, 23 assists, 16 offensive rebounds, and 42 offensive total rebounds. It's okay. I'll go through these people real quick. Jimmy Butler had 13 points, 5 assists, and a rebound. Played for 38 minutes. Caleb Martin had 14 points. He had 3 assists and had 9 rebounds. Nikola Jokic had 13 points, an assist, and 3 rebounds, and played for 24 minutes. Kyle Lowry, which is still the greatest Raptor of all time, had 19 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. Max Strus had 20 points and 3 rebounds. Gabe Vincent had 60 points and 2 assists. Dwayne Dedmon had 9 points. And that was it. Oh, they do have Duncan Robinson. Never mind. What they don't have is Bam Adebayo. I don't think they have Tyler Hero, but I'm not sure about that. But At this point, but I said that should have said it before, but it's too late. For the Raptors, OG Anunoby had 32 points. He had 3 assists and 10 rebounds. Scotty Barnes had 19 points, 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Thaddeus Young had 12 points, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. Fred VanVleet had 23 points, and he made a rebound, and he had 1 rebound and made 8 assists. Delano Banton had 5 points. Chris Boucher had 15 points, an assist and 10 rebounds. And he was, well, despite not playing, he was all right, not that special. Christian Koloko and Kemba, well, they're rookies. I mean, Cambridge only had a couple. Christian Koloko had 4 points. So, yeah, there you go. So, okay, I know Raptors game is going to start tonight. So, tonight's game, take on the Miami Heat. Sorry, not Miami Heat. Their next opponent, which is tonight, the Raptors take on the Atlanta Hawks, who are now 9-6 in the season. Yeah, they're actually playing pretty good, well, despite losing that one game to the Boston Celtics. Well, I'm hoping to God that if we can win against the Atlanta Hawks, shouldn't be that bad of a deal. Let's win against the Hawks right here, right now. We can do this.